So everybody help me make this make sense, because it's not making sense to me.
Sure, I'd be happy to. What's going on?
You remember when Joe Biden was president and he fucking overrid the Supreme Court ruling twice? You remember that, right?
No. What are you talking about?
The Supreme Court ruled. Joe Biden went out and did it anyways, like the student loan debt and all that shit. Supreme Court said no. He said, fuck you doing it anyways.
Oh, student loan forgiveness? No. President Biden didn't ignore the Supreme Court.
But now that just a regular district federal judge that's for a district in a state is now telling Trump no. Now Trump is fucking saying fuck you, and they're saying it's a constitutional crisis. It's not a constitutional crisis to the liberals if Joe Biden disregards the Supreme Court of the United States, but it's a motherfucking constitutional crisis if Trump ignores a district judge for a state.
Okay, I understand what's going on here. I'm glad you found me because you sound very upset and I want to bring that blood pressure of yours down a little bit. Let me explain. So here are the details of the first iteration of the Biden student loan forgiveness plan, right? It had planned to forgive $10,000 to $20,000 of federal student loan debt per borrower. So we're talking immediate forgiveness right off the bat, right away, right? And to qualify, you would have to earn less than $125,000 per year to get $10,000 in debt relief. And then with $20,000, that was available to Pell Grant recipients who came from low-income households. So we're talking, if you meet the parameters, boom, that debt is erased. That was the first plan. But the first plan was struck down 6-3 by the Supreme Court. Okay? So after that first iteration of the Biden plan was struck down by the Supreme Court, what did the Biden administration do next? Well, it put out an entirely new plan, new goals, new wording. It narrowed the scope of what it wanted to do. It was called the SAVE Plan. And the SAVE Plan does not provide immediate loan forgiveness, but an income-driven repayment system that reduces monthly payments and the total years you have to pay before remaining balances are forgiven. Most applicable to low and middle income borrowers, right? See, the SAVE plans are not the same as those rejected by the Supreme Court. They apply to fewer people, do not provide immediate loan forgiveness, and instead seek to reduce monthly payments and the total number of years until payments are forgiven. These newest plans have faced resistance from Republican-led states, and some parts of the SAVE plan were challenged in courts and issued injunctions against, and then other parts of it were allowed to continue. Now, the only part of your argument that is correct is Trump does want to just say a big F you to the courts and do it anyway. And that's the difference. Right? Biden says, okay, Supreme Court says I can't do it the way I want to do it. Fine. Let me see if I can do a little bit of how I want to do it and craft new plans, new policy, new executive orders to fit within the parameters that the Supreme Court said I had to operate within. Right? That's how adults do it. How Trump wants to do it is say, screw you, I'm the president, I'm doing it the way I want to do it. I don't care if you say it's unconstitutional or not. Hence, the constitutional crisis. I hope that helps.